Hello guys, God bless you all. So as you guys can see, I'm making another video. So this video is about another prophetic dream that I had. Just like the other one, I was very hesitant in sharing this one as well because of just the details of it and how it could be controversial to certain things that are happening in our current time. But I was spending some time with God, and he gave to me this verse, and this gave me, when I read it, it gave me a lot of courage to film the video. So I'm gonna share it with you guys. It's in Matthew chapter 10 verse 26 and 27. It says, "So do not be afraid of them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the daylight. What is whispered in your ear, proclaim from the roofs." Wanted to let you guys know that I have some drawings that I drew, just kind of to make certain parts of the dream more clear, to draw them just so you guys could know that I didn't make this up. This is beyond my imagination. This is all through God and for God's glory. In the dream, I was in an SUV. It was black, and I was driving, right? And I was driving, and as I was driving, I was heading towards these gates. Those gates were solid black gates, and they were closed. It kind of looked like a secluded area. It looked like an area that was highly secured. Not just anybody could go in that place, just like very specific people. So as I was driving towards that gate, something told me to stop the car. Now, whatever told me to stop the car didn't say it with words. I just felt like I needed to stop. So when I stopped, I looked to my side and I saw this car around the same car that I was driving, like an SUV. It was black, and they stopped right beside me. So their window, the driver's window, was facing my window. And so when I saw them, I just started putting my windows down, and then that person started putting their windows down. And then when I looked at their face, they looked like a guy, and that guy was light skinned, and he had hair like up to here, kind of, and his hair was black. And he was looking at me, and he was staring at me, and he was just staring at me, kind of like, "What are you doing here? Like, I don't want you to be here," type of look. And then after he stared at me for a bit, he kind of like just started putting his windows back up, and I just put my window back up. And to me, that felt like, okay, I need to keep driving. So as I was driving towards these gates, the gates started to open, and I started driving into that place that was highly secured. And I drew what I drew what the gate looked like in my dream. It was a solid black gate, and it looked like this. Sorry if the wording is backwards, but just focus on there. You guys can focus on the drawing. So it looked like this closed. I was like heading towards that gate, and then that's how it looked open. So it was opening to the side. And so once the gate started opening, I went in, and then all of a sudden I was brought into this other place within the same dream. And now it looks like I was in this place that had walls in front of me, on the sides, and in back of me. The shape of this place was like a square. It kind of looked like a life-size cube. So, but the only thing is that it didn't have a roof. So the top part was just open. So I could feel the humidity of that place that we were in. And I just saw these things that they were growing in that place. And as I was just looking around, there was this Chinese lady, and this Chinese lady looked like she had like a lab coat on. So to my understanding, I think she was some type of scientist. Like when she was describing me was what was in that place that we were in, she seemed very knowledgeable. So she knew exactly what was that and why, what was the reason that that was there. So I'm gonna be showing you guys a drawing of that place that I was talking about that looked like a square, and that was the place that they were growing those things. And so those things look like a teardrop but backwards. I'm gonna explain it to you guys in a moment. So they look like this. That's what they were growing in that cube type of place. So as I was saying, that Chinese lady was very knowledgeable, and like I said, to my understanding, she was some type of scientist because she knew very well what those things were for. And when she was explaining to me and showing me around, she said that those things were that they were growing something that was supposed to go against people's immune system. Now, when she told me that, it kind of seemed like the people that were securing that place, they didn't like the fact that she shared that with me. It kind of seemed like that was top secret, like nobody should have known that, nobody should talk about that. So the moment that she said that to me, it looks like they closed that area completely, like there was no way, no way out of that place. And so because there was no way out and they didn't want her to escape that place, me and her were trying to crawl those walls to get to the other side to escape because there was no way out. There was this gap in the bottom of the wall that we were facing, and I'm going to show you guys what it looked like. So it's kind of like this small gap, and when I looked through that gap, there were I would say more than 5 security guards just guarding this black gate. Now, from the viewpoint that I was, it seemed like I was in a high place. I was in some type of mountain. I was in a high altitude because when I looked, that was the same gate that I was driving towards in the beginning. So when I was looking in through that gap, I saw all these security guards just guarding that gate. I was right here, and it looked like there was like a hill right here, and they were right here, and the gate was right there. So I knew that I was in a higher place. Now, when I looked through that gap, it looked like they all looked at me all at the same time, and they saw me, and it was like I was not supposed to be there. Like I wasn't some type of intruder. Like, so right away they just looked at me, and it seemed like they were going to come against me, or they were going to come and catch me or stop me from escaping. But right when they were coming towards me, they all turned around towards the gate, and it looks like someone was shooting towards them. And when that person, whoever it was shooting, it kind of distracted them from me, and then I woke up. This dream took place in a area that it's hidden, an area that people have been doing very secretive things that have been just doing things that don't honor God, and they're not doing it God's way. And that's all I know. That's all I'm gonna say. So I just encourage you guys to just pray about this because I'm in shock about what I saw. And honestly, like it said in the beginning of the verse, it's just like God is just exposing everything that is hidden because he wants to let his people know that he's in control and that there's nothing that us as human can hide from God. And I just want to close it up with this verse that says, even hell holds no secrets from God. Do you think he can't read human hearts? And that's in Proverbs 15:11, and that is the Message version. And so yeah, I just want to leave you guys with that, and just continue praying for this nation, and continue praying that whatever is being hidden from us may be exposed, because like I said, there's nothing that is hidden from God, and God has no problem in sharing those things with his children, so that people can understand that he's God Almighty, that he's above all things, that there's nothing above him. God bless you guys.